By the time the city lit up, Aarav felt hollow. His calendar was full, his phone kept buzzing, and yet something inside him was strangely empty. At night, when the noise fell away, a thin restlessness rose, like a quiet alarm only he could hear. One evening, he met his friend Riya at a tea stall. She worked in a crowded clinic and knew the look on his face. "You look busy," she said, "but not okay." "I'm always running," Aarav admitted, "but I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere." Riya handed him a small paperback with a folded corner. The cover said, "Don't look for peace in places, look for it in you." That night, Aarav noticed things. He saw how a stranger's careless comment could hijack his mood, how a single notification could steal his attention, how he had outsourced his calm to whatever happened outside. The note's first lesson landed. Peace doesn't mean the world grows quiet. It means you stop shaking on the inside. He decided to experiment with no apps, no big declarations, just practice. Each morning for a few minutes, he sat still and watched his thoughts move like birds across a wide sky. At first, his mind raced, arguing about yesterday and rehearsing tomorrow. But he didn't try to stop it. He just watched. After a week, the flurry softened. Under the chatter, a small stillness appeared. One lunch break, he visited Professor Sen, an old philosophy teacher who was famous for listening more than speaking. "I think I'm finally calm," Aarav said. Professor Sen smiled. "Calm is not the absence of noise," he said, tapping his chest. "It's the presence of balance. What if the world keeps pulling me? It will. Ask a simpler question each time. Can I change this? If yes, act. If no, accept. Half the weight you carry is your fight with what already is." On his walk back, Aarav saw how often he confused peace with perfect conditions. The right job, the right relationship, the right weekend. But perfect conditions always slipped. When they did, so did his peace. He wrote in his notebook, "Peace that depends on the weather is just a weather report." That evening at home, his mother Meera began a small ritual. "One bright thing," she said over dinner. They took turns naming something tiny and good. The smell of rain, a kind bus driver, a joke that landed late but perfectly. The room changed. Less arguing, more listening, as if someone had opened a window they didn't know could open. Aarav also started noticing the constant radio in his head, old scenes looping, imaginary futures, debates with people who weren't there. He remembered a line, "You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them." So, when the inner radio got loud, he tuned it gently to the present. The taste of tea, the feel of air on his face, a single slow breath. He didn't fight the thoughts, he let them pass. Like clouds, not commands. Still, the hardest store was his feelings. He had old anger carefully folded, grief stored like winter clothes, fear he didn't call by name. When he met Riya again, she said, "Emotions are waves. Peace is the ocean." "So I should stop the waves?" "No," she laughed. "Let them come without drowning in them." Anger says something needs attention. Fear says you care about the future. Sadness says something mattered. Listen and they'll teach you. Fight them and they'll shout. Aarav tried. On a rough day, he sat on his small balcony and let the ache rise and fall. He gave each feeling a chair and 5 minutes. Most left sooner than he expected. The ones that stayed grew kinder when heard. Work, as always, had its own weather. His manager Raghav pushed for outcomes. Pressure came in gusts. One morning, Aarav said, "Give me room to do this my way." Raghav agreed, curious. Aarav set a simple rhythm, one task at a time, phone in a drawer, short breaks for breath and water. The project finished on schedule, but something else finished too. The habit of tying his worth to a single deliverable. He liked the person doing the work. That felt new. On Saturdays, he visited his neighbor Tara, who painted in a tiny studio full of light. She painted as if time had stepped outside the room. "Flow," she said, handing him a brush. He painted badly, then better. Sometimes, for a minute, the present held him so fully that the past and future fell quiet. He walked home lighter, as if the street had tilted a little to help. He didn't do it alone. Sana, his oldest friend, had a way of laughing that made the truth feel safe. When he pretended, she noticed. "Tell me the true thing," she'd say, and he would. Those long phone-free conversations made his mind quieter than any productivity hack ever had. With the right people, even silence nourished him. He took his body along too. A young doctor named Dev asked him to trade 10 minutes of scrolling for 10 minutes of walking. They walked at dusk while the sky bruised into pink and purple. Aarav slept better that night, ate slowly the next day, noticed flavor again. He began to treat sleep like a right, not a reward. His days stopped crashing into each other. Technology was the trickiest opponent. His phone sang like a siren, so he made rules and kept them like promises. A few hours phone-free, notifications trimmed, no screens before bed. Day 1 felt severe. By day 3, it felt merciful. His attention returned like a loyal dog, delighted to be called by name. He also learned to let go. Not as resignation, but as wisdom. Some plans ended, some friendships thinned into memory. He stopped gripping what didn't want to stay. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care, Professor Sen had said. It means you stopped trying to control what was never yours to control. With each release, something inside loosened. Space appeared. In that space, peace appears. The turning point was small and strange. Kabir, the quiet custodian at Riya's clinic, handed Aarav a shoelace. "A gift," he grinned. "A friend told me our DNA has little caps, telomeres, like these plastic tips. Stress shortens them. Peace protects them. Tie your days gently." Aarav tied a loose knot and left it on his desk. Some truths only stick when you can touch them. Weeks passed. The city stayed loud, but inside, more windows opened. Aarav kept a chair by the window with a plant reaching for light. He called it his returning place. When the day grew heavy, he sat for 5 minutes and let his breath steady the room. If hard feelings came, he didn't push them away. If a small joy appeared, he let it land fully. He also dropped a dangerous idea that he must be happy all the time. When sorrow visited after a calm stretch, he welcomed it like a guest who carried important news. Joy stayed honest when sorrow was allowed to be honest too. Little by little, the pattern changed. He didn't chase peace across the map anymore. He built it, brick by small brick, a thank you said sincerely, a phone set aside, a walk in evening light, a conversation without distractions, a feeling held gently, a plan released when it was time. One evening, as dinner ended, Meera asked, "Tell one bright thing." Aarav smiled. "I'm learning to be here," he said. "Right where I am." Meera nodded. "That's the brightest thing of all." Later, Aarav wrote a line on the first page of his notebook and underlined it twice. Peace isn't a prize at the end of life's race. It's a way of walking the road. And as he walked, lighter, steadier, kinder, the city would be still loud, but his heart was no longer shaking. He carried his calm with him, like quiet music only he could hear, and somehow the world kept finding the rhythm.